Hi, how are you?
Hi Marcelo, how are you?
Hi, Noodles. So glad you're here, man. Thanks a lot for
Thank
joining.
you. Yeah, it's good to be here. Sorry,
Yeah.
my coffee's too hot. I'm pouring cold water in my coffee.
No problem. Well, it's impossible not to start this interview not asking about the song "Come to Brazil."
I
Brazilian
figured.
fans, Brazilian
Yeah.
fans are truly flattered about this homage. What about Brazil feels so inspiring to the point you decide to write the song?
Well, really, it's kind of a tongue-in-cheek love letter to the Brazilian fans because whenever we post anything, and it doesn't matter what we're posting about, it could be, happy birthday, Dexter, or we're coming to Brazil, and the Brazilian fans all write, come to Brazil, come to Brazil, come to Brazil. Like our feed is just full of that. And it's not just us. We talk to other bands and they say the same thing. Anyone that has any Brazilian fans, that's what you get. And so we decided, it's such a just a kind of a phenomenon that we wanted to write a song about it. And and Dexter, that's the first time that Dexter, or one, not the first time, but one of the few times where we started with the lyrical idea first and then moved on to the music. But he's thinking, like, what do Brazilian fans like? If I was going to write a song for Brazil, what would I do? And the heavy verses was the first part, the kind of heavy, chunky metal sounding stuff. The Brazilian fans love their heavy music, so we had to do that. Then we had wanted to sing along chorus, get all the Brazilians singing with us. And then at the very end we decided to do the ole ole ole, the soccer chant, because when we play live we get that in between songs already, so let's keep it going.
I saw a fan comment on YouTube. You need to play this on in Argentina. Soccer jokes aside, how have fans from other countries been reacting to the song "Come to Brazil"?
You know what? Really good. Like the people of France love it. I think we were in France when we released the song for the first time, or no, maybe the journalist just heard it, and she said this is going to be huge in France. She said it's gonna work. So, so far the feedback's been great. I think Argentina's a little pissed. I think they want a song now too, but I think they like the song, but they want their song now.
You'll be playing in Brazil in March with Sublime, Rise Against, and other bands. How excited are you to perform here after releasing the song?
Great. I mean, we got to learn how to. We haven't played that song live yet. Come to Brazil. We've done three or four of the songs live already off the record, but we haven't done that one yet. That's going to take some doing. The solo I have down, but the heavy, chunky rhythmic parts, we've got to get that locked in. Like me and Jonah and Dexter on guitars have to get that all locked in. Todd's got it. I'm not worried about Todd.
And what can the fans expect from the shows? Are you bringing back any songs that you haven't played live in a while?
We're always looking to do that. I think right now what we got to do is try to figure out which songs off the new record to play. But we are always hopefully, able to put in, we call them the deep cuts, or album tracks. Some of the fan favorites, the hardcore fan favorites. We got to try to figure out which ones we can fit in. With all, you also have to play Kids on All Right, Self Esteem, Pretty Fly for a White Guy. Come out and play. We always got to do those as well.
Most of the Supercharged reviews I read say that the album has the classic elements of the band, leaning more towards punk and hardcore influences of the band's work from the 90s and early 2000s. Do you agree with that?
I think a lot of this record sounds like our roots, for sure. And even some of the more popular songs, like "Make It All Right" or "Okay, but This Is the Last Time." Still, it's like downstrokes. It's downstroking punk rock guitar rhythms. I guess kind of like the Ramones meet the Beach Boys kind of stuff. Especially "Make It All Right." That's got a little bit more of the harmonies and stuff in there. Um, and then we have songs like "Light It Up" or "Truth in Fiction," which is it pretty much sounds like vintage Offspring stuff. I really think it does. We were almost kind of worried. Is this too much like something we've done before? We don't want to just keep creating the same songs over and over again. But ultimately, the songs sounded good to us, and that's where the songs wanted to go. Sometimes you let the song lead you rather than try to tweak it. Sometimes you tweak the song. Sometimes you let the song go where it's going to go.
You mentioned Light It Up, and In the lyrics, you use words like Prometheus and Armageddon to represent kind of a sudden energy that pushes you forward. How did the inspiration for these lyrics come about?
It's kind of like when you're ready to, it's like a fighting song, you know, you're fighting the world's injustices, things trying to hold you back or keep you from achieving goals. And you're just like, no, I've had none of that. I'm gonna light this rocket on my back. We're going, we're doing this. It kind of is in keeping with the whole supercharged idea. You know, we're really charged. We're ready to go and, you know, go out and get what we want. We're not going to step on people to do it, but we're not going to let people hold us back either.
This year marks 30 years since Smash was released. What do you think the album delivered that made it so successful at the time?
Gosh, I don't know. I think the world around us really changed because we went in making that record just like we made any other record. Um, I think Smash has got great songs on it. I think Dexter's a great songwriter, and in the studio we were able to put together just a decent record with Smash. So, but really, what happened is like it was, the labels controlled everything until Nirvana. Nirvana came through and just kind of busted down the doors. Then they let some grunge bands come through, and then a couple years later, I think it was just punk rock was the next. It was punk's turn. Really, I've been listening to punk rock for 20 years almost at that point. Yeah,
Mhm.
almost. Yeah, and so I thought it was about time punk rock got its due notice.
Kerry King from Slayer once said that Offspring is not punk enough because they lack the same level of aggression as other bands. How would you describe your relationship with metal bands?
Some great. I know Kerry King is actually he's a fan of the band. He just doesn't like us being called punk. So fair enough. I know Dave Mustaine has said roughly the same thing. As a band when we were growing up, at one of our shows I got stabbed by a skinhead. Dexter got clubbed by the cops at a Dead Kennedys show. I've been in riots, at the Ramones shows, the big Ramones riot at the Hollywood Palladium, I think with Black Flag playing. I was there for that. So, you know, maybe our music isn't as hardcore as people want it to be. And I've never said that we were a hardcore band. I do think we're a punk band, but we like melody and singing. I think we're more Ramones than we are Black Flag for sure. So, but punk rock is like means something different to everybody else.
Is it true that you turned down a tour with Metallica during the Smash era?
That we were asked to.
Yeah,
Oh,
I heard a story that you turned down a tour with Metallica during the Smash era.
Yeah, I don't remember who all we turned down, but nothing against Metallica. We love those guys. Those guys are a great band, and we've got to meet them over the years and do shows with them since. What we wanted to do is rather than going out and opening up for a big arena band, we didn't feel like we were a professional band. We didn't think we were good enough to go out and do that. So, when Smash came out, it kind of caught us by surprise. We didn't expect that kind of success. And we knew that our live show wasn't up to par yet. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to go out and start in small clubs and work our way up and build and become a professional band over time. I think we're almost there. I think we're almost a professional band on stage now. Almost.
In 2014, Offspring played in a charity event for the Philippines with Lincoln Park. What do you think of Lincoln Park returning with Emily Armstrong on vocals?
Well, I think it's an amazing, and a brave choice for them. I know a lot of people aren't going to accept a female singer just for whatever reason. I think it's a dumb reason. Emily is amazing. She's got such an amazing voice. We got to do a tour with Dead Sarah before, so I wish those guys the best. I hope they're as successful as ever because Emily's amazing and those guys are just great guys and they make great music.
Which new artists, rock related or not, have caught your attention recently?
Yeah, Amel and the Sniffers is one. They're gonna be with us in Brazil too. We keep missing them. I keep wanting to see them. I'm either on the road when they're in LA or when we just keep crossing paths but missing each other. So I'm looking forward to seeing them. That's going to be amazing. And if you haven't seen them, check it out. Amel and the Sniffers.
What would you say are your top 5 favorite albums ever? The ones that change your life or never leave your playlist?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I hate limiting it to 5 because I listen to so much music, but I'll try. Um, you know what? Can I? Well, this isn't gonna. You're not gonna show this on YouTube, are you?
Maybe.
Oh, well, hang on then. Hang on.
Okay.
So I got my records right here. So one of the first records that I ever heard that changed my life was the Dickies White Vinyl EP. And why is it not in here? It's got to be here. Yeah, here it is. This 10-inch, and it's only got 3 songs. And I borrowed this record, and I borrowed Nevermind the Bullocks by the Sex Pistols, and those were the first 2 records that I heard that were punk rock. And I just went, what is this? The energy, the raw power on it all. That's what made me, I wanted more of this. Before that, I listened to my dad's records and my cousin's records, next door neighbors. So that was a big one. The Ramones' first record, of course, is a must. This was on my turntable and didn't leave for a month. In Southern California, there's this compilation, Beach Boulevard compilation. And this is from back in the day. This is the original. The three bands: Simple Tones, The Crowd, and then Rick which is really kind of a singer-songwriter. Rest in peace, Rick. Great record, all great songs, great bands, and really kind of poppy but punk. And Rick is a little bit heavier, not so poppy. What is that? 3? Have I done 3 records? Yeah. Let's do
2 more.
2 more. Okay. I know I have it here somewhere. Where is it? It's here we go. TSOL, Dance With Me. This is the other record that I had it on my turntable for a month and didn't move it, and tried to learn how to play all these songs on guitar. And Ron Emery's a huge influence. Him and Stan from the Dickies are 2 of my biggest influences. And then let's do, last but not least, Fresh Fruit for Rotting Vegetables, the Dead Kennedys, of course, California Uberalis and Holiday in Cambodia. It's just a great record. Loved Ray's guitar playing too, his creepy kind of surfy guitar sound, and then Biafra's just bombastic vocals and lyrics and stuff were great.
I have one more question. And in this last question, I'd like to get a little bit personal, because 23 years ago, I bought my first CD, which was Conspiracy of One.
Nice.
So I gotta take this opportunity to ask you, what, in your opinion, make this record so incredible, so great in Offspring's story?
Conspiracy of One, particularly?
Yeah.
That record? Yeah, gosh, I don't know. It's Ed Sheeran's first record too. It is. We met him recently and he came out and did Million Miles Away with us. He said that was one of the songs that made him. He used to practice pretending to play guitar and sing in front of the mirror to Million Miles Away. So yeah. So you didn't make it as big as Ed Sheeran yet, though. Maybe one day. Keep it up. Yeah. I don't know. I love that record. It came out at a weird time, just right before 9/11. And Conspiracy of One, it was kind of, all this stuff started happening right after that. Almost seemed like the record was a foreboding of that stuff. It was the Cole bombing, a bunch of different stuff, and then ultimately 9/11, where just a small group of people created these horrific events. It's just kind of crazy. But I don't know, as far as the music goes, I love that record. I love all our records though. But I don't know, I'm glad you like that one. Yeah. You and Ed Sheeran.
It's very special for me. Man, thank you so much for your time. Hope you enjoyed this conversation as much as I did. And see you in Brazil.
Yes, I can't wait. We're coming to Brazil. We're coming to Brazil. We are.
Thanks a lot. Take care. Bye-bye.
Yeah, thank you, Marcelo. Yep, that was nice.